Almighty and ever-living God, as we begin our class today, we give you praise and thanks for everything we have, for everything we do, and for everything we will partake. We ask your guidance, your protection, and your grace as we continue with our journey today. May your divine light guide our path, and your loving arms hold ours so that we may be led to the path you have designed for us. Make us more resilient in difficult times like this, and make us stronger so that we will have the courage to face the future with confidence. We are thankful for this grace of being able to study despite of this pandemic, and that we also pray for those who are less fortunate, who cannot make it for whatever reason may it be this school year because of this pandemic. We pray, O Lord, heal those who are sick, bless the frontliners, and protect us from this disease. Our family, our friends, our classmates, our teachers, and all who have entrusted themselves for your protection. This we ask in your most holy name. Amen.
Hello everyone, this is Teacher Pearl, your English teacher, and welcome to the English 8 module on using grammatical signals and developing ideas. Writers are able to convey their ideas through signs that they use. These signs are called grammatical signals, which help you, readers, to follow the direction of their thoughts. This lesson will guide you in using these signals so that you will know which to use in writing sentences and paragraphs. This module was designed to provide you with fun and meaningful opportunities for guided and independent learning at your own pace and time. You will be enabled to process the content of the learning resource while being active learner.
At some points in your lives as students, your teachers will require you to write simple, compound, and complex sentences. You will be given exercises wherein you will have to develop paragraphs. Eventually, you will write simple essays. To be able to let your ideas be appreciated, you will need grammatical signals. They will help your ideas stick together. This module will guide you in using these signals based on the ideas you have. You will also be given various exercises to further assist you in using the grammatical signals correctly. Please remember not to make any markings on this module and write your answers on your answer sheets. At the end of this module, you are expected to recognize signal words and phrases and use appropriate grammatical signals in developing ideas. Imagine traveling to an unfamiliar place without road signs. Chances are, it will take you a longer time to reach your destination. This is because, without road signs, you are clueless as to where you are headed to. In writing, the road signs are called grammatical signals. They assist the readers move from one idea to another. They introduce readers as to what is expected of the ideas of the writers. They are used to signal relationships between ideas in your writing. For example, the transition signal, for example, is used to give examples, while the word while is used to show a contrast. In addition, there are phrases like in addition for adding new ideas. Words such as likewise are used to connect similar ideas. Before we proceed to the discussion of this lesson, let's read the story entitled The Answers by Rhea Angeli P. Garcia. Then afterwards, answer the process questions that follow on your answer sheet. Life during the COVID-19 lockdown was really challenging for the Malyari family. For one, the parents were unable to provide for the family since the companies they worked for didn't require them to report yet. Also, the fast food chain where Miguel, the eldest of the siblings, worked in, decided to stop its operations. Because of this, none of them received compensations. As a result, they just relied on whatever the municipal government gave them for their everyday sustenance. One evening, their father requested for a family meeting. He said that they should find ways to have an income to sustain them until they were allowed to work again. Malu, Miguel's sister, suggested that she could make delicious leche flans. Miguel said that he could try selling chicken and pork barbecues since he had a part-time job in a barbecue house before. On the other hand, Jessica, the youngest of the siblings, told everyone that she would plant vegetables in their backyard. They would be of help in their healthy viands eventually. Admittedly, their father was touched by their children's willingness to help. But the problem he saw was their lack of money in buying the needed ingredients. Finally, their mother suggested that one way to solve it was to divide their savings equally. One half would be given to Malu and the other half would be given to Miguel. Then, they would just make use of whatever was given to them. Now, the Malyari family can say that together they survived the obstacle through hard work. As for the vegetables, they have been cooked only 2 months after they were harvested and Jessica vowed to plant more. These are the questions to be answered. Number 1. Why did the father request for a family meeting? Number 2. What was the main concern of the father? Number 3. How was the problem addressed by the family? Number 4. What positive Filipino values were shown by the Malyari family? Number 5. Given the same situation, what will you do to help your family in this time of pandemic? Grammatical signals are writing devices that serve to maintain text coherence, according to Saraka, 1988, volume 111. They signal the relationship between new sentences and the one before it, and they are also important writing devices in text construction. They can be divided into 2 types. The first one, sentence connectors. These are used to link 2 sentences using grammatical signals or a semicolon. Example, James already knows the title of the song. He downloaded its lyrics. Possible answers. James already knows the title of the song. He downloaded its lyrics. James already knows the title of the song, so he downloaded its lyrics. The second one, clause connectors. These are used to connect two clauses to form a sentence. They are joined by a comma. Example, Kim's parents will be able to attend the PTA meeting. They will be a little bit late. Possible answer. Although Kim's parents will be able to attend the PTA meeting, they will be a little bit late. Do you still remember the story that we have read a while ago entitled The Answers? Very good, if that would be a yes. The words and phrases that were highlighted in the story are called grammatical signals. They differ according to the development of the idea the writer wants. The first type of grammatical signals is general to particular. This uses specific details in writing where a topic sentence or a general idea is followed by the supporting details. Example, we have the topic sentence. The color of the metal changes when its temperature changes. We have this supporting details. When metals become very hot, it begins to glow. First, a metal will glow a dull red color. Then, when the metals become hotter, it changes to a bright red hot. At higher temperatures, it becomes yellow and finally white. The topic sentence is usually found at the beginning of the sentence. The sentences that come after it are the supporting or specific details. Now, the underlined words are the signal words that help the writer with the flow of the idea. These are the examples of word signals used for general to particular. We have the examples. Number 1. In order to view all items in Lazada, one has to install the application in his or her phone or laptop first. Number 2. The teaching of English 8 is not limited to the discussion of literature in Africa and Asia. First of all, a brief historical background about the countries is discussed. Then, some interesting facts about the countries are introduced. Next, various songs from each country are also taught. Lastly, literary pieces are tackled. The second type of grammatical signal is claim and counterclaim. The word claim refers to your opinion about something based on what you know or what you have studied. Example, succulents are just easy to take care of because they can survive even with only a little amount of water supply. Also, they can be left any time of the day under the sun. Meanwhile, the word counterclaim is something that contradicts the claim. It further challenges the opinion. Example, while majority have found out that the succulents are just easy to take care of, some still think that they have to exert more effort in taking care of them. Yes, they can be given only a little amount of water. However, one should also be careful not to put water on their leaves, or else they will turn yellow. Not all succulents wants to be placed under the sun. In fact, Some just want to be in a bright, shaded area. These are the examples of word signals used in making counterclaims. The third type of grammatical signal is problem solution. This provides corresponding remedy to a conflict. This allows the writer to think of possible solutions to a certain problems being encountered in everyday life. These are the examples of word signals used for problem solution. Example: nowadays, one challenge being dealt by parents is the addiction to online games of their children. Some even skip meals because they are engrossed in playing. One way to resolve this is for the parents to give a certain time for the children to be allowed to play the games, and that they should be strict about it. The fourth type of grammatical signal is compare and contrast. When writers compare, they show the similarities between two subjects. When they contrast, the differences between two subjects are featured. This manner of idea development exposes not the obvious but the little of the differences or their unpredicted similarities of things. Example: let us compare and contrast face-to-face learning versus modular or TV learning. We can list down the things they have in common and the things wherein they differ. Study the table that shows their similarities and differences. These are the word signals used for comparing and contrasting. We have the example of comparing face-to-face learning as well as the modular learning uses reading materials in dealing with the lessons. We have the example of contrasting. The lessons are discussed by elders to the learners. However, instead of teachers discussing the lesson in face-to-face learning, parents guide the learners this time in the modular learning. We have the example of comparing and contrasting. Just like in the face-to-face learning, a teacher discusses the lesson in the television-aided instruction. Unlike face-to-face learning, where the teacher is physically present in the classroom, the learners only watch on a television while a teacher discusses in the television-aided learning. The fifth type of grammatical signal is continuation signals. They tell that the writer's idea is going to continue in the same direction. Information related to the idea presented is added whenever these signals are used. Example: South Korea is known as the land of the morning calm because of its picturesque landscape. Moreover, it boasts of its captivating mountains, clear waters, and serenity, especially in the morning. These are the examples of word signals that add to the ideas. The sixth type of grammatical signal is cause and effect. In simple words, a cause is the reason why something happened, and effect is the result of that action. When an author gives reasons why something happened, he or she is explaining what cause and effect. Reasons are causes and the thing that happens is the effect. They can be written as causes and effects or as effects and causes. These are the examples of signal words for cause and effect. We have an example of cause and effect. Since the students are not required to be physically present in school, new students will not be buying new sets of uniforms yet. And lastly, we have an example of effect cause. New students will not be buying new sets of uniforms yet, since they are not required to be physically present in school.
Did you have fun learning today? Very good, if that would be a yes. See you again next time. This is Teacher Pearl, your English teacher. Bye!